Hi, welcome to Singa Cup 2020. So, Singa Cup is actually an annual international youth football tournament hosted in Singapore since 2011. So, in fact, for this year, we are supposed to be celebrating our 10th anniversary. But unfortunately, due to the COVID-19 and pandemic, so the Singa Cup is actually reinventing itself to present a hybrid 5 days event program. So, consisting of lots of competitive esports, tournaments and interviews, panel discussion with the professional athletes, footballers and industry experts. So as part of our program, so that's why we have this Living a Footballer's Dream. And we are delighted to have 3 footballers joining us today. So we have got Irfan Bachdim from Indonesia over here, and we have got Baihakki Khaizan from Singapore. And lastly, we have Patrick Deyto from Philippines. So guys, welcome to Singa Cup. Welcome to this panel discussion.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Pleasure.
Yes. Okay, so I will just quickly start off with this question. I can't wait. So definitely need no introduction for you guys because we have many viewers here who are actually very familiar with you guys. So what are you guys really up to these days? So maybe I can start with Baihakki.
Hello, guys. Hello,
Hey.
Singa Cup. Thank you so much for having me and everyone on board. Just to share, things have been getting better nowadays. Even our neighbor leagues have already kicked off.
Yep.
Just now waiting for our league to start. Hopefully by end of the month. Things are looking good at the moment. Very positive. Family, football, community. So I wish that there's also a lot of safety measures that we need to keep a lookout at, and I hope we maintain our discipline as a nation. Hopefully we can progress from here.
Yeah, cool. So how about Irfan?
Yes, first of all, also thank you, Singa Cup, for having me. What I've been doing is to be honest, what can you do these times besides taking good care of yourself and spending time with your family? And I'm the kind of guy who like to take everything positive because I've been away from home like every week for 4 days, 5 days. So for me now, it was the first time I got to spend time with my family. So I did that. While doing my home workouts and helping my kids going through homeschooling. So, and now finally things hopefully get better. My team is getting back in training. I just arrived back in Jogja yesterday. So we will start training probably on Friday. And then the league should start very soon as well. So that's what I've been doing.
Oh, cool. So how about Patrick?
Obviously, the Thai League has just started a couple of weeks ago, so there's been a lot of training and a lot of preparation for matches, doing a lot of recovery also. So basically, that's what I've been doing recently. Fortunately, unlike Irfan and Baihakki, I'm alone here in Thailand, and I haven't been with my family for almost 7 months. So there's nothing really much to do for me, and just keep myself preoccupied with the training and stay positive because. I think that's the main thing as of the moment for me.
Oh, cool. So interestingly, all of you actually have the experience of playing in Thai League. Like Patrick is currently still in Thai League. Baihakki, Irfan, both of you have played in Thai League before. So, I mean, do you guys agree that Thai League is actually the best league in Southeast Asia? What do you think? Maybe I can start with Irfan first.
Yeah, from my experience, it's been already a while ago, but especially now, I think it's the best league in Southeast Asia. It's well organized. It has good players, and I can only compare with Indonesia, of course, because I don't have played in any other Southeast Asian countries. But the facilities are great in Thailand as well. So, and with a good organization and of course good local players and foreign players who are playing in the Thai league, I think it makes it at the moment. Yeah, the best league in Southeast Asia.
So how about Baihakki?
Yeah, I totally agree with Irfan. Looking at the Thai league footballing model, I believe they are progressing very, very well now. Venturing into other marketing stuff and to make Thai League as one of the, we all of us know that it is already the best league in Southeast Asia, but in terms of media, in terms of media coverage and TV coverage, they are going more aggressive now. So yeah, they sign good players as well. We have the past all big names, foreign players as well. So yeah, it's been honor spending 3 years there.
So how about the current player in Thai League now, Patrick?
Yeah, I think it's really definitely a great league. I think it's unfair for me to say that it's the best league in ASEAN because I haven't played in the other league, so I cannot really compare to the other leagues. But it's definitely a great league to be a part of, and I think it's also the media, like what Baihakki said, is very, very good. I think the inclusion of the Southeast Asian players also helps it to be more famous, especially in this region of the world.
Yeah. So as far as Thai League is concerned, I believe that many viewers, same as myself, we are actually quite curious. Actually, what is the thing that really stand out in Thai League? What is the thing that really impressed you the most in Thai League? So maybe I can start with Irfan first on this one again.
For me, the most important thing is I think the organization that impressed me. It's all organized. Everything is on schedule. I mean, I can only talk from my experience here in Indonesia, of course. Things quite often happen to change last minute, or I think Baihakki can agree. He has played here as well. So nothing is really sure at the moment. We are still really searching and building up to become a great league. And I think that's what surprised me the most, and the progress, because in the beginning when Baihakki also was playing in Indonesia, the Thai players were playing in Indonesia because Indonesia was back then maybe the best league. But you see from that day, from like 2009 until now, they made progress where Indonesia unfortunately didn't make the same progress as the Thai League did. So I think that surprised me the most, the steps they made in the future and in what they did along the way.
Baihakki, so what is the thing that really impressed you about Thai League?
Again, sorry, I have to agree with Irfan on this. I mean, back those days before I go to Indonesia as well, the Thai players are in Singapore League, in our own league.
Yep. Yes.
And so it's like a change of eras, and they were here and then they were in Indonesia, and then now they're on their own. They're not going out. So that shows a lot. That tells a lot that the organization and the structure of the league is getting better year by year. And of course now you can see myself now playing in the Singaporeans now are playing abroad in Thailand. So that tells a lot, and I can see that I believe everyone here will agree with me that the Thai League is slowly following the Japanese model, so to speak. I believe they have a lot of MOUs going on, exchange programs, and we can see now Thai players leaving for the J League. So that's the obvious reason, and I mean it's not that perfect yet, but I think they are going to that direction.
Yeah, it's very true because I'm seeing a lot of good Japanese players heading Thai League right now. Yep. So how about Patrick? Because it's like you are currently still playing the Thai League. So up to today, so what is the thing that really impressed you about Thai League?
I think they've said almost everything. The setup, the organization of the league is, I think, how it should supposed to be. And the interest is really, really high, for the league, which I think makes it, which runs it. Like there's a lot of sponsors, there's a lot of supporters going for the games, a lot of people watching the TV, a lot of ads, lots of everything. So it's really the interest and the organization that really impressed me.
Okay, cool. So, because we have players over here, we have got Bai from Singapore, Irfan from Indonesia, Patrick from Philippines. So, the rivalry between Indonesia, Singapore, and Philippines has always been massive. So share with us your your experience of playing against each other. So maybe this time around, I'll start with Patrick first.
I remember I played against Indonesia 2014 Suzuki Cup. At that moment, we were able to secure a big win. And it was a big moment for our country at that time because prior to that game, we haven't beaten Indonesia, I believe, for quite some time. So the local football community was very, very proud of that. With Singapore, unfortunately, I haven't played against them. So it's always been close. It's always been difficult, play against your neighbors because I think we are very familiar with each other. So it makes it a challenge to be able to get one over any of our neighbors. And I think also that there's a lot of pride at stake. So there's always that extra passion when the game is when you play against them, which, like I said, makes it challenging, makes it more difficult than usual.
Definitely. What about Baihakki?
Indonesia. I think Indonesia is more to Malaysia, compared to Singapore.
Really?
I believe. But trust me, I really enjoyed my time in Indonesia. I love playing against them because for the fact that that they don't fail to show up at least 60,000 people or 70,000 people. It's kind of a norm for me back then when I was in Persija. And that week in, week out, minimum 35, 40,000 people will be there. Like Patrick said, and I think Irfan have to agree with me on this. The fans, they have that pride, the level of compassion that they have. Every club, belongs to them. They feel like it's an identity. So they live through it. They breathe through it and they sleep through it. During my time there, I never pay for my lunch or for my meals. People pay for us. That's kind of norm.
Free lunches. Okay.
It's a norm thing. So that's the level of support that they give. And anytime, trust me, anytime. I would love to come back to play against Indonesia just for that.
Just for that. All about.
Yes, like Baihakki also said, I think our now worst enemy will be Malaysia, or that's our biggest rival, of course. But like he said, Indonesia, the support is so amazing. There's a lot of pride at stake. You can't lose, and I think what makes it so nice to play in Southeast Asia is that everybody is really competing. Differences are not that big. Unfortunately, we cannot compare ourselves with other Asian countries like Japan and Korea. So within Southeast Asia, this is your chance to be the best, in your part of the world and to win something. So I think that makes the rivalry so big and great, and that you want to win every game against Singapore, against Malaysia, or against Thailand, or against the Philippines. I think that's what triggers it. You always want to be the best, and unfortunately, like I said, you cannot compare to Europe or somewhere else, Latin America, but in Southeast Asia, everybody can be the best, and that's what makes it so excited. I think for us, Indonesia, and for other Southeast Asian countries, and that makes the rivalry so big because for us, I think there's just a lot of stake. You can become the best in Southeast Asia, and I think that's what triggers us the most.
That is a very interesting statement. So everybody can be the best in Southeast Asia. So in your own opinion, so which country is the strongest in Southeast Asia? Patrick? For Irfan.
Well, the strongest is it's really hard to say because I think because if you play check good football at the moment, I think Thailand is great in football, but the strongest team might be Vietnam at the moment. And that's why the last few years it was Thailand. Now it's Vietnam, maybe one of the strongest. I surely believe Indonesia is up there as well, but also Singapore and the Philippines are making also progress. So it just happens to be, you have to check it year by year. If you ask me who is the best, of course I will say Indonesia. But that's something what will be automatically because I'm Indonesian and I play for Indonesia, and I think we are the best. The only thing is we haven't won it yet and didn't show it.
Yep. How about Patrick? Who is the best in Southeast Asia in your own opinion?
In my opinion, at the moment, I think probably Vietnam and Thailand would probably be the lead of the pack. But I think we are not far behind, Philippines, Malaysia, Indonesia, Singapore. I think we're all there. When we play a game against them, it's always close as well. So at the moment, I have to say, probably Vietnam and Thailand today.
Vietnam and Thailand. Okay. Bye. How about you?
Same for me, man. Both of them, I've already said it. It's Vietnam and Thailand. Lately, we can look at the past 5-6 years now. Both of them have been dominating in the Suzuki Cups and also the Asian Cup. The Asian level. So you can see surprise results like Vietnam beating all these big boys in Asia, and thank God I've won myself 3 Suzuki Cups. Again, a different era, different country takes over. Back then we were with Thailand competing like like crazy dogs, and but Indonesia never failed to give us like that hard fight, and as you can see now, Philippines is coming up as well. I salute Philippines for this because these are the approach that they take. Scanning around the world, the players that they have with dual parentage and stuff. So they are getting stronger now. Lately, unfortunate for a few occasions. I believe they did well as well in the Asian level, and I think they will take it from there. I believe. For us, it's a new coach, Coach Tatsuma. We trust it. We have full trust in him. It's kind of rebuilding at the moment, with a lot of young players now in the squad. So it will take time, and hopefully we'll get there again.
Yep. So now, okay, guys. So now looking back at your career, so which has to be your most memorable memory, football memory? So maybe I'll start off with Patrick first.
I think probably my debut for the national team. Obviously, this is a milestone that all football players always want to achieve. It's a very proud moment for myself, and it's always your goal to be able to reach that level. So for me to be able to achieve that is, probably the best memory I've had so far, and hopefully I will have many more like it in the future.
That was a debut against which country again?
Against Malaysia, in Malaysia, 2014.
That has to be the one, yeah? Okay.
Yes,
so
for me so far.
How about Baihakki? Your most memorable memory? There must be a lot.
I mean, there's a lot to share. I would pick this one for a special case. Again, to support our brother Irfan here, I really miss my time in Indonesia. I feel that those years I played in Indonesia, it teaches me a lot in football and also outside football. I can see a lot of people, a lot of warm people, very kind people. I make a lot of good friends. I learn a lot in terms of life, so to speak. For example, like you see kids, you can see their living conditions, in Indonesia. I can't blame other Singaporeans though. I mean, when they look at this little, it's kind of like a shock to them. Maybe because we are living in a city, we are not exposed. But seeing all that, it just teaches me to feel appreciate.
You appreciate your life more.
I appreciate my life a lot more. I've seen a lot of it as well in Thailand. So, it teaches me to somehow absorb, that things don't come easy. And I believe I understand now why these guys, they work so hard, because only football can change their life in some point of time, and can change their family life as well. That's my part outside football. For football, obviously, is the national team. Playing against. At one point, I thought that when we won the 3 Suzuki and we were about to step up to the Asian boys, I thought we could have qualified for the Asian Cup at one moment.
Yeah.
And there was a bit of a backlash for us. We always tried, but thank God, we got some good results that we can be proud of. Like we draw with Japan, we beat Jordan and stuff like that. So we only enjoy just temporary moments, but hopefully we can continue and be sustainable in the Asian region.
Thank you, Bai. So how about Irfan? Your most memorable football memory? Irfan, you there?
It's lagging, I think.
Yeah. Hey, Irfan, you hear me?
He's still watching me though.
Yeah. Irfan, are you still there? Yeah, that's the thing with virtual. Sometimes of the network, all this thing. So we will experience this occasionally. Is Irfan still there? Or why not? I tell you what. So maybe I'll just proceed with the next question first, just in case, because following on these questions, I'm actually more to know that I'm really very keen to know that because you have shared your most memorable memories, you guys. So if given a chance, would you want to change anything? And what would that be? How about you, Patrick?
Looking back, I don't think I'm going to change anything, even if I had the chance, because I really believe that everything happens for a reason. Obviously, the good moments that we all have are moments that we enjoy. But even the moments that are not so good, I think you learn something from it. You get stronger, you get better because of it, and eventually it will lead to something good for you. So I think in a football career, it's ups and downs. It's never going to be always smooth sailing. There are a lot of unexpected events, and I think up to this moment, I have no regrets. I think everything has a reason. Everything contributes to who I am today. So I'm just, happy where life will take me, and from there, you just have to react in a positive way. I think.
Cool. So how about Baihakki? So what is the one thing that you might want to change if you are given a chance?
Like Patrick said, I totally agree with him. Sometimes if you think that you can change something, but maybe things won't go your way the next time around. For me, pretty general. I'm happy with my career right now. I'm at the last phase of my career now. One thing that maybe I could make a U-turn to change, maybe if I'm a bit younger now, that's all. that I can take the chance to play in J League, because the Japanese league is one of my dream leagues to play for. Knowing that, and what more now? 3 years ago, they have already started taking ASEAN players as a local slot there. So I've always tell the local boys, the younger boys here, guys, take your chance properly. Today's world is so easy. There's ASEAN slots everywhere, and unlike when I started playing, we have to email this person. We don't know whoever that person is. Today you have Instagram, you have social media. So, I mean, even for people like Patrick, I'm sure they have bigger dreams. They want to go to Europe one day. Go for it, man. Go for it. Yeah.
Cool. Irfan, welcome back. Appreciate that. I thought we lost you for a while.
Yeah, sorry for that.
Yeah. So you heard Y has mentioned, we talk about J League. Probably that is something that we could probably touch on a little bit later on. So we miss you for that moment. So if I may ask you again, so what will be your most memorable football memory?
Yeah, like I said, for the club, I think it was my time in Japan. Also, it was always my dream to play in the Japanese league, because I thought that's the highest you can reach within Asia. So I'm very proud and grateful that I was able to play there for 3 years. And I think if you talk about national team, I think the most special year was 2010. It was my debut year, and we did so well in the AFF. And I think we even deserved a bit more than what we got.
Yeah.
with reaching the finals and losing it in the finals. But that year, I think the whole nation changed, loved soccer even more, even though it was already big. But that was a special year and most memorable for me, I think.
So if given a chance for you to change anything, what would that be?
Change in everything in what way? Like what I did?
There's a part of the football career, anything you want to change or any decision that you have made, do you think that you want to amend that? Any of that?
No, I think I don't like to regret things. I think I've done everything for a reason. Of course, I don't have any moments that I'm like, okay, I wish I did this better. It was maybe in my time in Europe when I was young that I like to hang out on the streets more than focusing on my sport. But once I become older, I don't regret anything. For me, I just like to look forward and grow as a person and as a player and win something with Indonesia. That's for me the most important thing.
Cool. So if I may just ask one more question on the J-League football. So because Bai has touched on that topic, so I believe that many viewers might be curious as what is the one thing about J-League that really impressed you during your time there in J-League?
The most was the discipline, the work ethic that the people have in Japan. What makes them great? It's the discipline. It's from a whole other level. I've never seen it in Europe. I've never seen it in anywhere else in the world. The discipline the Japanese players have. And I think it's the result of King Katsu, who is still playing. And if I'm not mistaken, this guy is 50, 52 or...
53. Yeah, it's actually more.
Yeah, 52 or 53. I mean, if that is possible and you're still playing, that's only the result of taking care of yourself, your body, your nutrition, and do your job the right way. And that's something what I really, really admire. And that's what's made the league also good. The discipline, everybody has the hunger to become better and to do good. And that's what really amazed me.
Oh, cool. Okay, so you guys have been playing for a long time. You have got your own fanatic fans here and there. So my next question is that what are the most exotic gift that you guys have ever received from a fan? Okay, Bai, I'll start with you first.
It has to be in Indonesia. A lot of things happen in Indonesia. In terms of gift, I don't think there's a specific special gift like being handed by any individual, but I can say a lot of things like especially in Bandung, where the locals will create their own local brands and stuff. I think that's pretty hot happening there. A lot of buying local stuff and local brands, So whenever I step into any one of those shops, they
just give it to you.
No, they close the shop, bro. They close the shop and they tell me, Mr. Bai, please take anything you want, take anything for your children for free and stuff like that. So I mean, bro, now at the end of the day, we must do our thing, and instead we must do the other way around. We must show them support. We must pay for their stuff. It's their hard work. And paying off meals and stuff like that. So I mean, for me these are special enough. This alone. Sometimes when you have a bad game, you draw or you lose, and then people coming to you and giving moral support. To me, when it touches the heart, that's enough. I mean, nothing to mention, nothing about being materialistic or what. Yeah. But for me, it's the moral support that's very important.
Cool. So how about Patrick? Any exotic gifts that you have received so far?
Probably here in Thailand. There was one supporter who gave me a local delicacy, like some sort of sweet custard. And upon receiving it, I was actually unsure if I should try it or not, but eventually I did, and it was actually quite delicious. So Probably, I suppose, exotic gift I've ever received, because I did expect to get something like that. No.
Definitely. All about Irfan.
Yeah, like Baihakki said.
You should have more.
Nah,
the
it's not.
king.
It's not about the things you or exotic or things you've gotten. It's really about the way they give it to you and stuff. Like you said, I've been to stores also that they close the store and they want to give you everything. And even though I wanted to come there to buy something, and then you really say no, I want to buy it because I come here to buy something, and they say no, you can take whatever you want. That stays something special. But for me, I think that what I also like the most is I got a lot of artwork from the fans. And that's something I really appreciate, because they put time and effort in it, and they really try their best. Sometimes it's not even that good, to be honest, as well. But it's about the
Effort.
the effort and the feeling they made it with, and that's something really exotic I've never had. But like this is what really touches me, like a piece of art and these little things.
Cool. So you know that because of Singa Cup, it's an international youth football tournament. So we have got many young players who are actually watching this discussions. So would you be able to share what is probably the most basic thing that many young players today are neglecting? I mean, is it diet or training or even character? I mean, what is the thing that's really lacking in today's young players? Maybe I can start with Patrick first.
I think probably you could say the mentality, the mental strength. I think there's so much emphasis put on enhancing your skills, your physical attributes, which obviously is very, very, very important. But I think your mentality is also equally important. You know, you have to work to enhance your mental skills. I think like through meditation or through sports psychology. And this is very important, especially if you want to have a long career, because, you know, you want to be able to respond in every event in your career in a positive way, be able to stay mentally strong, regardless of the results that you are having. And yeah, I think this is something that if you're able to acquire as a young player, I think will really improve your performance, and I think can really bring you to success.
Cool. So it's more on the mentality aspect of that. Okay, cool. So how about Irfan? What do you think is the thing that the young players are lacking today?
Yeah, I definitely agree with Patrick. It's the mental part, but nowadays it's also these days you have a lot of gadgets. There are not a lot of kids outside, and I think that's something. And the hunger to really work to strive for something, and then at the end it all comes about your mentality. Can you do it? Can you put things aside to go what you really want? So I totally agree with Patrick, and from what I've seen with my family in Europe, is the gadget is a big part that they are staying a lot of inside, just playing on social media, playing on their phones, playing games, PlayStation, and all these kind of things. The love for the game, a lot of young kids it's not really there. So I think that's a big problem as well. But mostly I agree with what like Patrick said. The mental part, it's so important. Like even especially here in Indonesia, if you're mentally not strong enough, like Baihakki can agree, you play for 80,000 people sometimes in GBK. If you're mentally not strong, then you can forget it.
Cool. Okay, Baihakki. So what players today's young players they are lacking today or neglecting today?
Brother, true, man. I mean, what both of them have said. Just to touch a bit on my 11-year-old son, you know. I mean, I use him as an example. I'm 36 now and I'm still playing. I mean, those attributes of, mental skill, mental focus and stuff. I don't, honestly, he's even my son. I can talk about it. I mean, the kids nowadays, their focus span is very, 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 very not say soft, but it's just temporary. They don't have a very long focus span on them. A lot of distractions, like Irfan said, a lot of gaming, a lot of I do this for 5 minutes and he want to do another thing for the next 5-10 minutes. So it's kind of worrying actually. But I tried my best to bring him down to the ground and just focus on maybe just one touch, playing with the wall. I think these are the very important things, your first touch, ball especially. So I do that to both of my to the younger one as well, hoping he can learn a thing or two. But overall, even our youth players as well. I mean, I'm not trying to brag about our success, the success that we had, but we used to be players that whatever the coaches say, we listen and we do. Unlike today's kids, maybe they can question the coach. Maybe it's different approach right now. They can call the coach names and not the word coach. To that extent, those are really important things. Maybe the approach is different now. They have different set of style of coaching today. But it's kind of worrying, to be honest, whether they take the game football today very seriously, like how we do, or is just another passerby thing. Yeah, that's what my concern is all about. Yeah. So try to my message out there is just to, I hope that they can listen to whatever the coach say and just do and be disciplined. That's the most important thing.
Yeah, that is a very good final statements for that, because our last question today will be, what will be your message for all aspiring young players out there who wants to be like you guys, playing for the biggest team, playing for the country? So maybe I'll start with Baihakki first.
Okay, just to make it quick, boys, I believe every one of us idolize somebody. We want to become this and we want to become that. But my message to you is, don't look at us from just the front row of us, what we have, maybe what house we stay in, what car we drive, but there's more deeper meaning into it. There's a lot of hard work and a lot of sacrifices that we put in, which if they can see it in front of their eyes, I don't think they will want to go through. Leaving families away, leaving kids, leaving, and all that. I believe Irfan will agree with me. Soon, Patrick, you will. And, be disciplined. And if you want to take up football seriously, give your heart and soul to it. That's what one thing that I didn't get much glimpse of it and today's younger kids. I believe that, in today's world, we are focusing more on balancing education and football at the same time. But at the same time, I hope that they can maintain that discipline level for the game, taking care of yourself, stay healthy, and always wanting to have more, wanting to succeed more and stay hungry. Yep.
Oh, that's really very good advice. So how about Patrick? What is your advice for all the aspiring young players out there?
For me, I just want to say to them that, you just keep working hard, keep persevering. I know it's a cliche, but it cannot be any more real than that, really. Just stay positive and keep believing that their opportunity would come, especially if they, like I said, if they work hard to deserve it. One way or another, you would get your opportunity, and you have to be ready when that opportunity comes. Work towards your goal and just never give up. For me, that's my message to the younger players.
Thank you, Patrick. Lastly, Irfan?
Yes, I think everything is almost said, like what Baihakki said. The kids nowadays, of course, they have a short term, and they don't see the pain and the success, and then they give up. So like Patrick then also said, never give up. And if you want something, reach for that goal. Don't give up. Go for it. Stay hungry. And I like to say always, like, hard work beats talent. If talent don't work hard, and this mentality you should have. I was never in when I grew up, I was never the best, but I can say to myself, I one who never gave up, and it gave me a lot. So stay hungry, stay focused, and never give up. But for me, the number one most important thing, always enjoy the game and play it every day, every single time you have the time. If it's a free time outside the training, play and enjoy the game.
Oh. All right. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much for your time today. Definitely, it's very insightful. We have learned a lot. Definitely the young players out there who are watching all this, they will learn a lot as well. Thank you very much for your time again. Once again, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.